Actually, at the beginning, just we didn't have any intention to make a corporate account and TikTok and Instagram. So it's just like a iseng-iseng doang. But what we didn't know as the once we make some funny video and we get wow, it's go to the FYP.
Halo teman-teman startup enthusiast
semuanya, welcome back to STARPODS. Gak kerasa banget ya kita udah balik ke episode yang ke-7. Kayaknya baru kemarin kita mulai episode yang pertama di awal tahun 2023 dan sekarang kita udah masuk di tengah tahun aja. Dan kali ini kita akan kembali ini tentunya ngundang tamu yang gak kalah seru dan gak kalah famous juga. Aku yakin teman-teman startup enthusiast pasti udah pernah dengar soal company, this specific company, because it's very viral on TikTok and other social media too. Oke, di episode ke-7 kali ini itu kita balik dengan topik startups under the TikTok generation workforce. Dan kali ini itu kita invite salah satu company yang benar-benar viral banget. Teman-teman pasti pernah dengar semuanya. Jadi kita invite Rocketindo team, dan di sini udah ada Mr. Daniel Yu, the CEO and founder of Rocketindo. Maybe Daniel can say hi to the camera. This is your camera and this is your camera too.
Yeah, hello, siang. Yeah, I'm very honored and happy to be here, and thanks for having me here.
Oke. Halo Mr. Daniel. Aduh, aku tuh agak ini deh, gak kebiasa kalau langsung panggil nama. Jadi mungkin nanti aku akan...
Yeah, it's fine. Just call me Daniel. I feel more comfortable when people call me Daniel.
Oke, let's become more friendly ya, guys ya. Oke. Mungkin to start things up, maybe I want to ask you to introduce yourself first, maybe your background and what exactly Rocketindo is gitu. And you can just let it flow, like talk about yourself first, so our audience can get more comfortable and get to know you better.
Yeah. So I'm Daniel. So basically, I'm from Taiwan, and I actually came to Indonesia 10 years ago. Why?
Because, udah lama ya?
Ya, sudah lumayan lama di sini. Because my wife is Indonesian Chinese, so 10 years ago I decided to quit my job in Taiwan, and I really want to have my own business. And my father-in-law, he encouraged me to come here, so that's why I made a decision, like selling my house and just come here.
So you just yaudah all or nothing gitu, come to Indonesia and start your own business.
Yeah, well,
but you also follow your family lah ya itu kan.
Yeah, I do have my family, but what I didn't know is because when I came here, I thought like everything would be easy. Soalnya itu orang tua saya bilang ke saya itu nggak terlalu susah kalau mau bikin perusahaan
di
sini. Tapi ternyata saya gagal 3 kali, juga rugi 7M.
Oh wow.
So it was really a tough time for me. So it's like my first 4 years, and jadi sama sekali nggak berhasil. So I juga nggak punya teman-teman, soalnya kan kayak loser kan. It's actually like 7 years ago when I decided to build a Rocketindo, I literally had nothing. Like no money, no office, no thing, even no friends.
Oh, that's even more inspiring sih justru.
It's not inspiring. It's really painful. There are so many times I really want to jump from the sky bar.
Oh no. Okay, maybe we should forget about that kesulitan ya di masa lalu itu. Mungkin let's just move past it and we'll get to the interesting part, which is Rocketindo gitu. So basically Rocketindo bukan your first business gitu. Sebelumnya udah ada 3 bisnisnya yang udah dicoba jalanin. When you first start moving to Indonesia, you build these first 3 businesses, and then it kinda flop gitu. It doesn't work, so you decided to build Rocketindo.
Yes.
So it di tahun 2016 ya?
Yeah, betul.
2016 gitu. So okay, you already introduced yourself. Maybe it's time to get to know about Rocketindo better. Jadi sebenarnya Rocketindo itu apa sih, Daniel? Maybe you can introduce.
So Rocketindo is an e-commerce enabler. We are basically helping the brands from overseas to establish their business here. So what we are doing is not just the marketing or as an agency. We are trying to sell the product. So let's say if this client he has a really good product from Taiwan or the other countries, but they have no idea how to start the market, and so that is what we are doing. We basically provide an end-to-end service, including marketing, sales, e-commerce thing, even the digital marketing, even the warehousing, order fulfillment. Yeah.
Okay, so you call Rocketindo as an e-commerce enabler.
E-commerce enabler.
But
Yeah.
maybe the term agency is kind of more familiar, right? Is it the same e-commerce enabler and agency, or not?
Yeah, that is really the coincidence because we quite specialize in making a content in social media.
Okay.
And we get a lot of requirements every single day from the local clients that they're asking us to make the content for them. And so I'm not lying, but maybe I think every single day I can probably get over 10 emails from the local clients asking whether we can provide a digital marketing service. And but this is actually not our core business.
Okay.
But
is it?
yeah, but it's just like but I think many people they know us because they think we are the agency. Because
I
we are
used to
really
think that too,
active
actually.
in a virus in Twitter and also in Instagram.
Yeah.
But actually, our core business is the e-commerce enabler and also a distributor.
I see. Alright. So basically, sekarang kalau di Rocketindo itu, mostly kliennya itu dari sektor apa aja sih? From which sectors?
They're mostly from the skincare or the hair care category.
I
And
think
most of them
I
are
know
from Taiwan.
some of your product that you.
Seperti apa? Seperti apa?
Alien Grace. Right?
Alien Grace.
Yeah, I know that
Pernah-
one. Yeah, I used
pernah
that
beli.
one actually. I used that one.
Okay.
The facial mask, right? The
Yeah, the
jelly
facial
like.
mask.
Yeah, okay. And I forgot the name, like SH something.
It's holiday.
Yeah.
It's holiday.
Yeah, that's the for the hair one, right?
Yeah, for the hair product.
Okay. So basically, I thought there's like more, not that it's less meaningful, but I thought you kind of like choose Indonesia as your main headquarters because of other reason, but mainly because of your wife's family then.
Yeah.
That asked you to just move lah to Indonesia because it's easier. It's easier lah, maybe. Karena lebih mudah di Indonesia untuk build your own business gitu.
Yeah.
But turns out it doesn't. Maybe can you share a little? Sebenarnya kesulitannya apa sih gitu? Ternyata nggak semudah itu. What did you face actually before you started building Rocketindo?
What did I face?
Yeah, the challenges that.
The challenges.
Yeah.
I think to most of the foreigners from overseas, we do have a lot of fantasies about the Indonesian market because the population is really big and a lot of young people, a lot of potential. As far as I know, I think most of the major capital they also put their money here, and but I also recognize there are a lot of challenges here. Take me for example, I think one of the biggest challenges is the culture thing.
Oh yeah.
Because Indonesian people, have their unique culture, and which is kind of very different from what we know from the other country.
Yes.
And also, I think the people management is also quite different. And so I do know a lot of companies that they try to have their own company here, but it turns out that they fail to sustain the company just because they are not willing to open their mind to accept the culture here. And if you are not open-minded enough, it will be super difficult for you to manage the people. So I quite often tell all the people that I think if you want to have your own business in Indonesia, the first thing, the priority is you have to you have to be able to,
Adapt with
to adapt like everything, including the traffic, including the food, including people. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the most challenging part. So basically,
Yeah.
you kind of learn to adapt from your previous
Yeah.
trial of
Yeah.
building your own business, right?
Yeah. After I lost money, like 7 billion.
Okay, that needs to be highlighted. Maybe we can put it in the cover too. So basically, the founder of the founder of Rocketindo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that will be such a clickbait actually, but no, I don't think we should do that. Okay, so Rocketindo has grown so much ever since 2016, right?
Yeah.
Sekarang jumlah timnya sekarang berapa sih di
Kita
Rocketindo?
sekarang sudah ada hampir 90 orang,
90
ya,
orang.
talent di
Wow,
perusahaan.
and mostly, I think the majority of your team member are Gen Z, right?
Agency, they are super young, super energetic, super creative.
Yeah, I used to watch a lot of Rocket Indo's content in
Really,
TikTok.
so what is your favorite video from our Instagram?
Well, as an employee myself, I
Yeah.
always like get interested about watching like how does Rocket Indo like provide the entertainment for the employees, like belanjain team membernya atau nanti dia dikasih hadiah apa gitu kayak gitu. Like, it's very interesting because like for an employee myself, like di kantorku kok nggak kayak gitu ya gitu.
Yeah.
Kok kantor yang ini bisa sih kayak gitu, because jadi kayaknya itu juga deh yang jadi daya tariknya Rocketindo, because most of the comments like, ih kayaknya nih kantor seru banget gitu, bener-bener seru banget, dan ya jadi mereka bener-bener ngajak. Dan ini kita yang mau aku dik lebih lanjut mungkin ya, kayak apakah asli ya seperti itu juga, tapi mungkin we'll get through that later ya gitu. Okay, now regarding the team members right now at Rocketindo gitu, how did you select the majority of the team members actually? Like kan you need to adapt with the like the budaya, the culture gitu, and the people too gitu. How did you like select your team when you first started Rocketindo? Pasti kan kayak you as a CEO, as a founder gitu, you have your like first core team members, right? Gitu. What did you pay attention for when you do that actually?
I think one of the most important thing for me to choose the talent is that I really think the passion is important. So I think most people in my company knows that when I interview people, actually it only takes me 10 seconds to decide
10 seconds?
whether I want to use this talent or not. So let's say, for example,
Okay.
if you come to interview with me, I spend, for example, 5 minutes to interview with you. Actually, for the first 10 seconds, I already know whether I want to hire you or not. For the other 4 minutes, 50 seconds, I'm trying to be nice.
Okay. Oh wow.
So it's like so the thing is that the point is like when I see people, I can see whether he or she has a passion from his eyes, and also the way they speak. Whether they are slow or they are fast, they are straightforward or they are kayak puter-puter. And also from the way they sit, it's like they sit in this way or they sit in this way. So a lot of things, like when they come to my office for the first 10 seconds, I just make a decision. So I think the passion is important because you cannot lie. In Rocketindo, we actually require people to be really hardworking because we share some vision to grow the business. So we aim to be now we are probably one of the most fastest growing startup in Jakarta, in Indonesia, and we aim to grow bigger and fly higher. So it's very important for people to have the passion. If I don't see the sparkling from their eyes, I think that they will have difficulty to survive here. So I think passion is super important.
Okay, what about me then?
Well, I think it would we would be super lucky if we could have you. Okay, just drop me an email.
Ini mah,
Then
you're just trying to be nice, right?
no. I'm trying to be honest. I think right, from our interview for 10 minutes, I definitely think you are one of the talents we really want to hire.
Oke. Oke guys, kalau di episode berikut aku udah nggak ada, berarti tahu ya aku kemana ya teman-teman ya.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very interesting actually. Like, so you basically only need 10 seconds to see, how's the interview is attitude, like, and their way of speaking and their body language to like, I want him or her gitu,
Yeah.
to be part of my team.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very, very interesting actually.
Yeah.
But I also pay attention that from your website and your contact on the social media that you always put your email and contact as the main contact for Rocketindo gitu. Rocketindo gitu. Why is that? Why didn't you like just let your team to take over the like contact person stuff like that?
So the first reason is, the reason I put on my own email is I
Yeah.
think if maybe if I can get the email from the people who really want to join us, so I can know the person at the beginning. Yeah.
Okay. Also, you prioritize to get to know them first, and then afterwards, if you like feeling comfortable with this potential client or potential job seeker, then you'll kayak oper ke your team members then gitu. Okay.
Yeah, but I think there's also I think most of the email I get is
Spam.
yeah, it's a very weird email. Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why because usually like for this kind of company, like, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of emails that you receive daily, right?
Yeah.
Usually the founder and our CEO will probably prioritize like you handle the contact person part, and if there's any potential client or inquiries, then you could do the cross check with me gitu. But you decided to put yourself as the first person of Rocketindo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's very, very interesting actually.
Yeah.
Okay, because your team members are mostly Gen Zs, right?
Yeah.
Gitu. I want to know actually because nowadays kan sekarang all the startups or all the company are basically need to be prepared to face the Gen Z, right? The
Yeah.
new manpower in this industry is basically Gen Z, are basically Gen Z. Like that. As Daniel, Mr. Daniel gitu, how did you face the workflow of Gen Z if you compare it with your own workflow? Like, I'm pretty sure there must be differences, like some things that you need to adapt to. Is it really different the way they work and the way you put your expectation towards them? Can you share a little bit about that?
So before I answer the question, actually I want to ask you, what do you think is the biggest challenge for other people to have a Gen Z?
Okay. Because our team members only have one, right? Yeah, I think only one Gen Z, right? I'm not usually quite familiar with the Gen Z.
But how about the
workflow.
feedback from other people?
Basically, the older generation are saying like this new generation are way weaker mentally.
Like a fragile.
Yeah, more
Okay.
fragile than the
Yeah.
older generation. Is it really true?
Yeah, I think maybe that is the reason we provided alcohol or cigarette in our office.
Oh really? Oh, you prefer?
No, I'm just I'm not joking, but okay, so the thing is I do think Gen Z has a lot of things that we don't have in terms of creativity, and also I do believe that they do have the motivation to pursue their own career, but just because they have their own way,
Yeah.
but it doesn't mean that they are wrong.
Yeah.
And so in my company, we do try to inspire every person, especially their Gen Z, and we don't try to limit their creativity. We try to make them do whatever they want to do, but of course, I kind of as the daddy, in the office, and I would try to give them like some coaches about like what they have to know for their own career and why they have to do this, and also especially tell them why it is important to have the responsibility, the accountability. Um, so actually, I think as long as you you open your mind to share with the Gen Z people, I do believe they can understand. I don't really want to say like they are afraid or something because they have a lot that the people like in my age cannot do. So yeah.
Yeah. So basically, there's not, there are a lot of differences, but it's not necessarily bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they also provide a lot of way more quality, maybe different, but also a lot of quality and creativity that they could provide for your company. That's basically it.
Yeah, let's say I do hear a lot of people, for example, who have been working in a big e-commerce company and they say Gen Z, they are fragile, they cannot take the pressure or something. But from my side, I just think that is because they don't find a sense of belonging to the company.
Yeah.
For example, let's say if they are working in for example, they are working in a really big company, but it doesn't mean that they will feel part of them. And
That's true.
yeah, and so I also tell those young people in my office that you just have to know that what do you want. From my opinion, that if you want to be successful in 5 years, I think probably only 1% of the people will be able to do that. You have to be much more hardworking than 99% of the people around you, so you have the possibility to become that 1%. And do you want to be? So the question I would ask them is like, for example, now your salary, for example, is 7 Judah.
Yeah.
I would just ask them one question.
Yeah.
How much salary do you want to have in 5 years? In fact, let's say now you are 22. When you are 27, how much salary do you want to have? And then people say, I want a 30 Judah, I want a 50 Judah.
15.
Like a 30
Oh.
or 50 in 5 years.
Wow.
Ya, 30 juta atau 50 juta.
Lumayan jauh ya intinya ya.
And the answer from me is like, do you know, I think many people in Rocketindo, they achieved this number in the second year. So but I tell them that, but you have to know, I think probably only one person from 1,000 people will be able to do that. Do you want to be that kind of a person or not? If you want to become that one person, then you just have to sacrifice something for now. For example, when people they go to clubbing or having coffee or karaoke, then you just have to be much more hardworking. You cannot expect that when
To have-
my friends go to karaoke, I also want to go to karaoke. When they go to drinking in clubbing, I also want to go to clubbing. But I want to become that one person in 5 years. That is not possible. Yeah, so, and then they understand, because I tell them, I promise that I will give the good life to you guys as long as you believe me. And there are many people in Rocket Indo, they they know I'm not joking. So they're willing to do a lot of overtime, even though they sleep in the office. They volunteer.
Really?
I asked them not to do that, but they say they want to. So it's like, but they consider this is like our home, their home, and they love to do that. When by the end of the month, when we achieve the target, they got a lot of money, and then everybody is happy. So that is our culture. So you say they are Gen Z, whether they are fragile or not, I think the question is, do they understand what they want or not?
Oh wow. It seems like you found your way to balance your way of working with the Gen Z's way of thinking, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of give them motivation to give them all, and it will akan kembali juga ke mereka kalau misalnya mereka bekerja keras ya pasti nanti hasil yang akan mereka terima juga the way you deserve it gitu. Oke. Tapi kalau misalnya day to day-nya nih kayak tadi dilihat mereka over themselves kayak to do overtime and even sleep in the office gitu. Does that happen frequently or just when you have a lot of projects or deadlines gitu?
Well, I think we do overtime very often. But when I say like they sleep in office, I think maybe only once per few months. But I think they just do it for fun. Because I never asked them to do overtime or sleep in the office. But like the young girls or they just want to like hang out.
Jadi
like
kayak sleep over with their friends, right?
Yeah. But
I see. Okay, kalau misalnya soal working hours and culture and communication line between the members, do you have any like several challenges gitu that you found between you and the younger staff gitu?
You mean when I do communication with the Gen Z people?
But you seem pretty chill actually. Like even for me gitu, you seem like a fine person, like a funny and chill person to talk to.
Thank you.
Okay, but
Well, from my side, actually, I don't see any communication issues between me and the Gen Z people. Maybe it's because I also consider myself as a young people, and I love to adapt to new things. And I think one of the culture we have is, we encourage people to make a mistake. But we want them to remember that, we don't want to commit the same mistake twice. But we have to be really bold to try something new and to explore the new ways, especially when we are doing the e-commerce. So it's very important. I mean, so it is totally okay that they try something new. If they think that is something they want to try, as long as that is the risk we can take. So that is kind of our culture. So I never like, for example, I'm angry to you because your performance is not really good. But I'm more concerned about your attitude, whether you're 100% committed or not. So I think the attitude is what I really care.
Okay, that sounds like you have a pretty good leadership from what I have heard from your position, from your side. Gitu. Like it sounds like it will be a very nice place to work in. Like that. Okay, does being a Gen Z majority company have its own perks from your side? Gitu? Kayak kan kadang-kadang ada company yang prefer to have older generation gitu. Nah kalau misalnya yang Rocketindo kan mostly yang younger lah semuanya gitu kayak early 20s gitu. Kalau aku udah di hampir menuju akhir lah gitu, menuju akhir 20-an gitu. Kira-kira kalau misalnya punya anggota tim yang secara majority-nya itu Gen Z gitu kan, mostly kan hampir semuanya nih kayak 90% nggak sih berarti gitu.
I think 90%,
Iya kan, 90% gitu. Semuanya hampir Gen Z gitu. Kira-kira itu punya its own perks gak sih? Do you feel younger to work in that company?
Yeah, like what I say, I do think one of the key factors that Rocketindo can be sort of a successful in e-commerce as that we have a lot of Gen Z people in the office. Their creativity and their energy, the spirit is something, something that it's very difficult for the old people like us to have. So that's why I told my supervisor or my HR that in Rocketindo we really want to have as much as possible more Gen Z people to join us because they are the key. Especially now the TikTok is booming in Indonesia.
That's true.
And in e-commerce or in social media field, if you are over 25 years old, actually you are old people already. So
I'm old then. Okay.
yeah, but I have another position for you, so don't worry. And but so it's very important to have a lot of young people, like from 21 to 25, to make sure we can keep up the trend. Yeah, and I personally I also learned quite a lot from those young people. I do think that when I look back to me when I was 22, 23, 3 years ago, I think they are much better than younger me. Yeah, like 20 years ago. Yeah.
I think because zaman sekarang kan hitungannya kayak it's easier to get challenge from kayak kalau dulu kan hitungannya kita get challenge from our closest side of
Yeah.
maybe family or neighbors like that. But nowadays the Gen Z no social media and they can get like pretty competitive because even strangers can be your competition too. Like the people that you've never met through directly, but you see from the social media, you can be kayak, kok dia sekarang bisa begini nih di usianya yang baru 23 misalnya gitu. Aku juga sekarang 22 gitu, kenapa aku nggak bisa gitu. Maybe that's the key points that kind of boost their spirit to like fight harder for their position in this industry or in this world like that. I think that's probably it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
So you bring up TikTok earlier, right?
Yeah.
So I actually know Rocketindo first from TikTok. I think from mid 2022.
Yeah.
That's basically when COVID is almost over. Gitu. So who gave the idea to make content on TikTok actually? Does your team members or like you ask them to can you explore about making content on TikTok gitu, or they just bring the idea to the table themselves?
Yeah, I think actually at the beginning, just we didn't have any intention to make a corporate account in TikTok or Instagram. So it's just like a iseng doang.
Okay.
Then because they love to shoot the video and but what we didn't know is once we make some funny video and we get wow it's go to the FYP 1 million 2 million views and then suddenly they are interested.
Yeah.
They say they want to become like the KOL and in
Okay.
TikTok day. And also I said okay yeah fine yeah we can try to make the content mimic it one account in TikTok. And yeah, maybe it can help to increase the branding of our Rocketindo, so we can have a more good talents to join us.
Okay, so
That is the
it's
start.
not planned then. Like
No.
it's just the some kind of happy-go-lucky gimmick from your
Yeah.
company,
Yeah.
and then it started to go viral, and yeah, it's basically like the turning point, right, for Rocketindo, is it?
Yeah, because when I see our Instagram, I think we have 63,000 followers in
Wow,
Instagram and
that's a
more
lot.
in TikTok.
Yeah.
In terms of the corporate, it's actually a big number.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think it is kind of the turning point that makes us more famous so. But I think that is the good thing, because we do need more good talents to join us. But we also have some dramas recently, like some.
Can you tell us?
Like some bad people, they send an email to the other people say they want to hire you, but they use the name of a Rocketindo.
Okay.
So basically, they just ask the person who applied a job to do the job, but they don't pay the money, and then we had no idea. So, so I think that is also yeah. After we become famous, like recently we got I think more than 10 cases like this.
Oh wow! So how did you face that kind of like crisis?
We just make an announcement and put it in our Instagram and just ask everybody to share this in their own Instagram.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, I never knew. I didn't know this happened. So
Yeah.
basically, this kayak orang asing ini gitu
tipu-tipu.
mengatasnamakan dia sebagai Rocketindo,
Yeah.
terus dia hire the talent to do their work.
Yeah, like the guy said, okay, your job is way hard, so you don't have to come to the office. You just do this, do that, and I will
But they
pay
didn't
you.
get paid.
Yeah.
Wow, it's really bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that TikTok has basically become your kind of main platform, can I say that?
Yeah.
Main platform, yeah. Has that become, do you have your own KPI nowadays?
In TikTok,
Yeah, in TikTok. Gitu.
in the corporate account or in the
corporate account.
we don't.
We don't.
We
You
don't.
don't. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's you just let the TikTok account to like let it flow like how they used to be. Now you don't even make a KPI like kan kita sekarang udah mencapai titik ini nih. Can we aim higher? Gitu.
So to me, this is actually not our core business, and so we are very much focused on selling the product to build up the brands. The account in like a Rocketindo or our score account is for us just like a account for fun, But I think the major purpose for us is we want to make more people know us, because we do want to attract more good talent to join us. Yeah, but I think there is also one thing that I didn't like expect, because I think it's too fun. Itu terlalu seru di TikTok. So many people they come here for the interview. When I ask, hey, itu kenapa kamu mau cari kerja di Rocketindo? Bisa dibilang kebanyakan orang bilang karena aku lihat video di TikTok itu
kayak asik,
seru ya. But actually, it is just a part of our life here. Because we are really hardworking, but we are like happy. But most of the time, we are super hardworking. Yeah.
So it's not all fun every day, every hour, every minute, but you're also work your ass off basically and your team too, right? Gitu. So not every day is like, ya hari ini kita belanja ya to refresh things.
But I do appreciate the like the effort or the dedication from talents. So that's why I think I not only like buy the clothes for my team. I'm not sure if you noticed there's one video in Instagram that I think in January, I bought LV product to my team.
LV product?
Louis Vuitton, like in our annual event.
I saw that actually.
Saya beli like 9 dompet for my team, for my talents, and so when I went to LV store in Plaza, Indonesia, I told the guys, and I said I want to buy some gifts for my team, and he told me that he never heard that like there's a boss who buy LV for a team. But I just think I told them that I do appreciate what you have done for Rocketindo, and I 100% think you deserve it. And some people cry because they say they are their first time to see LV product in their life. But from my opinion, I think I do appreciate whatever they are doing for the company, because without them, like we are nothing.
Okay, so you're very thankful because like they try to bring up the idea and make the content. Basically, you didn't ask them to make viral content on TikTok lah, so we can get more awareness gitu. But they like over the idea themselves and like kind of keep doing it. So it kind of helped Rocketindo to grow bigger until it reached this point.
Yeah, and especially I'm a foreigner, right? So I'm not like a local person who can speak about it very fluently. So I don't know. What I can do only is I just can inspire them, and they are the one who execute everything.
Oh wow, that's very amazing. I think like you can give them the right motivation to basically work better and did so much hard work for Rocketindo as their like they have the kayak ada rasa kepemilikan lah untuk Rocketindo
right.
themselves gitu. Okay, so I want to find out more about the content from TikTok. Like you told me yourself, like most of the potential talents that go to Rocketindo, like they always say, iya soalnya seru banget kantornya asik-asik banget tiap hari gitu.
Yeah.
Tapi sebenarnya do you do those like entertaining stuff for your team members frequently, or like just after okay udah achieve nih goalnya gitu, atau like you basically kan kalau misalnya di co-working space, like I always do community gathering gitu to like support our community members who have their own space here in Skystar Ventures gitu, like to like kind of appreciation for them lah to put their trust in Skystar Ventures gitu once a month gitu. Does that works like that too in Rocketindo, like once a month?
We celebrate.
Oh, okay.
I think celebration is one of the most important culture in Rocketindo. So because only winners celebrate, losers don't.
Wow. Oh, this is really
Yeah, so I wanted them to understand that when every time we achieve something, we have to celebrate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like once a month we have like a monthly celebration, but when you achieve something and if you achieve it even more, kayak misalnya achieve twice a month or 4 times a month gitu, you always celebrate with your team members then.
Yeah, I would say we do celebrate very often.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Sounds fun.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. Now this is why I think most of the audience, your TikTok audience feels like kok kayak nih company-nya asik-asik mulu ya gitu karena you celebrate so much gitu.
Yeah.
Okay. Regarding this virality on TikTok and social media gitu, do you think from 2016 until now, how much of a change does this virality give to Rocketindo in terms of scaling up your business? Like, do you receive more, like way more clients, like 10 times more than how it used to be, or how was it?
I think one of the major changes is since we are become more famous, so we are able to meet more good talents.
Okay.
Which to me is the most important part, because to be honest, like 1 year ago, we only had 20 people.
Oh, really?
So we basically increased the number of talents from 20 to almost 90 in 1 year.
Wow.
And over the I think past 24 months, our GMV grow like 15 times.
Wow.
15 times. So we are growing really fast, and so we really have to try to have more good talents. To me, if you ask me whether we are a startup or not, I think we probably is not like 100% pure startup now, because we already 7 years old.
Yeah.
And we are in the process of transforming from a baby teenager to
Adult.
an adult.
Yeah.
But I try to tell my team members that I don't want to become a bulky elephant. We have to still try to keep our flexibility and our passion. We consider culture cultivation is super important and that not negotiable. I don't want to become like for example, the retail giant, which is very bulky and or even like a bureaucratic. So we pretty much take the cultural things very serious. Whenever it comes to hiring the new talents, also how we coach the junior or the interns, make them to have the personality, the character of rocketers. Don't want them to to get lost. Especially we are probably I think a very very few company in Indonesia take it so serious. For example, there are so many interns. They told me that they never expect they can have a chance to talk to CEO. Because even in my company, it's very common that I talking with the very junior people, I share with them like my experience and why I want to do this, and my coach, just my sharing, because I think this is probably one of the most important job to me.
Okay.
And I don't really think in Indonesia you can see the other company they also do this.
Because most of the companies in Indonesia is very, very structural, right? Like
Yeah, very structured and like a bureaucratic, like the high management where the batik, very like a. But I don't want to do that way. Because young people is key. Young people is key, and I have to make them understand why they are here.
Okay.
And,
Wow, that's very inspiring. So that's basically some kind of tips too for other companies out there who's like trying to build their own business and like trying to get the younger generation to put their trust in the company. Like, that's how Daniel does it. Okay. Overall, I think that's basically it from my list of questions. Gitu. But one more important questions maybe. Like you celebrate a lot of times, like during your working hours gitu. If you achieve some kind of goals, like you celebrate with your team, like that, right? But other than that, like I said, nowadays the younger generations kind of put their mental health first. Like they want to have work-life balances and everything gitu. But if they feel like, oh, this is kind of getting more way too pressuring for me gitu. How you as a founder and the CEO of Rocketindo, how do you support your team in regards of maintaining that enthusiasm and working spirit gitu, from day to day?
Okay, this is a very good question. Also quite tricky. To be honest, like when we are doing an interview with the candidates, we will ask them. I mean, if they say, for example, they want to work-life balance, um, there will be, very likely, they are not a fit to our company because this depends on how you define work and a life. How about there is also another alternative that the work is also part of life. When people say work-life balance, it means that they totally like a separate work and life. But to me, I told them like work is also part of my life. I enjoy, I enjoy when I'm working. So I don't really think I don't understand why we have to separate. And I told them that if you want your life better, the priority is you probably need to have some money, right?
Yes, that's true.
Right. Then so that's why I asked them, how much salary do you want to have in 5 years? They say 30 juta, 50 juta. And I told them, do you understand in Indonesia, very, very few people can achieve that number when they are 27 years old.
Yes.
And so you want a good life in 5 years, or you want a good life now. You definitely can pursue the good life now. Let's say I have a rich parents, saya orang kaya, bisa if you are lucky.
Yeah.
But if you are not, if you don't happen to have a rich parents, And my advice would be try to enjoy your work and try to make sure after 5 years you can earn much more money than all your friends. You will be only 27 years old, and then you can try to have a good life when you can make a good salary. But if now when you are 22, you're talking about a work-life balance, then you probably will only be able to talk about work-life balance for the rest of your life. Yeah.
So
And I
basically,
think they understand it.
okay. So basically, like you communicate about, you need to find the purpose in your life. Like if you want to have a good life now, then you will probably need to keep working until you're old.
Yeah.
Gitu. But if you work harder now, you'll probably be able to achieve work-life balance later on. Gitu. So it's about a matter of time. Is that?
Yeah, because we do have a, for example, in my company,
Yeah.
can you believe that we have several talents? They only work here for 2 years,
Yeah.
and they can buy the apartment, or they can even buy like from the land in their in his country, and so I think it's always about how you. I think when we are young, when you are young, when you have a strong body, it's okay.
We have more
that,
energy.
Yeah, you have more energy. As long as you enjoy the work, you actually can do more. But whatever you are doing right now, as to make sure after 5 years, when you are 30 years old, you can have a good life. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, basically that's it for my for this interview, this podcast. Gitu. Maybe one more last message that I want to ask you. Do you have any tips for the companies, or do you have any last messages that you want to share to our audience for this episode on maybe how to deal with the Gen Z at workplace, or you have any final messages to close this episode?
Yeah, so I just want to say that, Rocketindo, I think we have a bunch of Gen Z people here,
Yeah.
and we feel very lucky and blessed to have all of them. And I just, if any of you also interested in, join Rocketindo, please just don't hesitate to drop an email to me, or just find a link in our Instagram, and yeah, we really welcome you guys to join us, and I can guarantee to you that if you can be part of the journey with us, and in 5 years you will be very proud to share this with your parents. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, that's it, guys. Okay, itu aja. Once again, thank you so much,
Thank you so
Daniel.
much for having me. It's really a great talk.
No, this is basically kehormatan untuk tim Skystar to
Yeah.
welcome Rocketindo team, and especially you in this podcast. Hopefully, our startup enthusiasts, our audience can get way more inspiration in regards of whether how to start your career, because we usually have a younger audience too, because we're university-based incubation and co-working space gitu. So that's basically it for episode 7. Thank you once again. I'll be saying good night, good afternoon, or even good morning wherever you are. And we'll see you again in the next episode. Thank you, everyone. See you.
Thank you.